All right, Brandin Cooks no longer in New England. Now what for the Patriots? What do you want to see the Patriots do with 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks? Do you want to see them move up and get a quarterback? Do you want to see them maybe trade for a certain star wide receiver in New York? Okay, what do you want to see, Mike?
You already know. You already know what I'm going to say. Bring him here, Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
The New York
For 1 year?
Giants. Listen,
Just for 1 year?
Listen to me.
Dude, you know what he's going to.
1 year?
You know what
Odell
he's asking.
Beckham Jr.
You know what he's asking.
He wants to come play in New England. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick.
For $10 million a year.
The greatest organization in the NFL, where you know a Super Bowl is probably your destination. The guy will come here, that $20 million talk, I think that's going to come right down because he knows.
Right down to a nice 19 and a half?
He knows he's going to come play with Tom Brady and learn from Bill Belichick and get passes. This is no Eli Manning we're talking about. We're talking about the greatest.
Understood.
Odell Beckham's here.
You think he's taking a $10 million discount. That is what it's going to take, Mike, to get him here.
Elite
he's
talent.
not playing for $10 million
Look,
a year.
Antonio
Elite
Brown's
talent.
making $17 million a year. He's not going to take a dime less than that.
Listen.
And the Patriots aren't going to give him a dime more than
Nor
$15
should they.
million.
Nor should they.
You want elite talent. Tom Brady, some would say he's on his way out. He's 40 turning 41 coming up soon at the start of the season. You got to give him the greatest talent out there possible as his career is continuing to wind down. Odell Beckham is probably top 3 wide receiver in the league. Julio Jones, Antonio Brown, Odell Beckham Jr. If he wants to come to New England, is willing to take a pay cut, why not?
Well, let me ask you this. If you're going to pay him, you're investing 5-6 years in this guy. When Brady leaves, who's throwing him the ball? If you have some scrub under center, that's all dead money. Why don't you take this newfound capital and go get the next guy? Go get Tom Brady's heir apparent.
So, what do the Patriots never do? They never trade for a player for the short term. They never do that.
Except for Brandin Cooks.
Yeah, and what do? They turn around and trade him for another asset.
That is right.
They never do what Mike is asking them to do. You know what I want to see? What do you want to see them do, first of all, Alex?
Well, the last time they had 2 first-round picks, they ended up with Chandler Jones and Donta Hightower. I want to see 2 players that good again. Now, ideally, one of those players is a quarterback. I think they need to go get the next guy. This is such a loaded quarterback draft class. Last year really wasn't. Next year, depends who comes out. We'll see. This is the year to take a quarterback. It so happens to line up, whether you think it's a coincidence or not, that this is the year they have a lot of extra draft capital. I think this was planned out. This is the year to go get Brady's heir apparent. Doesn't need to start this year. That's fine. Brady's got a couple more years. Go get the guy now.
I say go up. Get Josh Rosen. He's
you.
the best quarterback that I saw in the draft. Love
have
him.
to understand is there's a window. And as long as Tom Brady's your quarterback getting older, you know, Father Time's catching up, there's a window. Why waste your time hoping that a draft pick will pan out? If it's not a quarterback, whatever else they're probably looking at, go bring talent now to the team and hook them up.
Who says Beckham's going to pan out?
Odell Beckham Jr. has been putting in work. Granted,
how is that team
he's a little questionable off the field.
How has that team done?
It's Eli Manning. How do you think they did? You can't really.
You have to sign Odell Beckham to a 5 or 6 year deal. Brady's not playing out the length of that deal.
But Belichick might be around. And if not Belichick, the next
still
best
need
guy,
somebody to throw the ball.
Josh McDaniels might be around.
And who's their quarterback? But who's their quarterback going to be?
Hey, if you're Odell Beckham, you're going to look at Belichick, Kraft, and say, they know what they're doing. This is a team that's won 5 Super Bowls.
But you're not answering my question. Who's throwing Odell the ball?
Oh, they'll figure it out. Trust me. They'll figure it out coming up soon.
It's not that easy.
Hey,
look,
you have to have faith and believe that Kraft and Belichick will bring somebody to New England and be behind Brady. But maybe Brady's ready to go for another 2 years. Who knows? This is guys on the TB12 method ready to go.
The Packers' window was closing. Then they got a guy named Aaron Rodgers. They opened the window another 10, 15 years.
So you know what the Patriots aren't doing? They are not taking a defensive lineman with the 10th overall pick or the 23rd overall pick. That's not going to happen. That's about all we know right now.